Another video on these bread dumplings. Second time, I've made them twice. Second time they're a little bit rubbery, and I worked it out that it was because there was too much. I wanted to make them softer, so I cut down on the amount of bread that was in there and liquid, but left the egg as the same, and so they went a little bit rubbery. And they were nice. I ate them, but they're just a little bit rubbery. So what I thought we'll do is we'll do them again, and we'll do them. So we'll put more bread in and more liquid, but keep the egg the same. So we're going to do. So I kind of need to explain as well. So yeah, I made some bread and I put spinach in it. So we're going to use that bread up as the breadcrumbs. Well, the bread part of it. So we've got 150 grams worth of bread. We've got 150 grams worth of spinach mixed with some chives out of the garden. Could just use all chives, that'll be fine. And then we've got an egg, medium size. Is it a medium egg? Yes, it's medium egg. I don't know what that is, about 55 grams medium egg, something like that. And then I had left over cream at work, so I didn't want to waste the cream. I didn't want to just put it into a soup or kind of use it up like that. So I made butter. So I've got buttermilk. So that's the butter that I made. I made loads. I'm going to make a cake out of that. And I've got buttermilk left over from making the butter. So we're going to use that as liquid. So the first time I used half milk, half feta, which pureed up, which worked very well. Second time, what did I use? I can't remember. Can't remember what I used second time. But this time we're going to use buttermilk, and I've mixed the egg into the buttermilk. So, and I thought, well, for a change, what we'll do is I was making something tomatoey yesterday, so I kind of thought what we'll do is we'll poach it in a simple tomato sauce. So tomatoes, just onions, cooked down and then pureed into a simple sauce. So we'll poach them in the tomato sauce, which should be kind of quite nice anyway. So egg and buttermilk in, and then spinach in, and then I've already seasoned it with salt and some pepper, so we don't need to do that. And then it's just a case of massaging it all together until it all comes together, and then we'll kind of see how it looks. But I think so. This is another 50 grams worth of 25 grams worth of bread and liquid. So we'll just kind of see if that amount of egg will hold that all together. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it should do. It should do. It should just be on the border of that. Oh, how much buttermilk was there? 75 grams. So what I kind of thought was we'll keep the ratios pretty straightforward. So we'll do half the amount of liquid to the amount of bread and spinach. So spinach was 150 grams, bread was 150 grams, one egg, and then 75 grams, which is half of one pack of 150, will be the liquid element. And then we'll see if that works. But that seems about right. It's looking very green, this. That must be down to the bread that was green to start off with. But, so we'll keep kneading this, and then give it a rest for a little while the liquid completely soaks into the bread, and then we'll poach it in the sauce. And we'll just see how it goes. So, I've been pointing the house. It's my summer project. Obviously this video won't come out until winter, and I've got a bit of backlog of videos to say the least. So I've been pointing the house, so my arm's a bit sore. So maybe doing this was a good idea. It feels softer. It feels softer. So yeah, my summer project. I don't work much in the summertime. Well, I don't work as much. So to keep myself busy, I've always got some kind of project on. This year I'm repointing the house. Not all the house, just the back of the house, because it needs doing. So I did the front of the house last year as my summer project, and this year I'm doing the back of the house. Unfortunately, what happens is, as you get better at something, by the time you're finished, you're quite proficient at it. So the back of the house looks better than the front of the house. But I need to practice, and it's important to teach yourself something. So with the wonders of the internet and YouTube, you can teach yourself all kinds of skills, and I think that's really important. So cooking, doing a bit of pointing, bricklaying, all those type of things. I think it's important to improve yourself, and I don't want someone to pay me to do any pointing, but if you can do it yourself, you have a sense of achievement about getting better at something, and then to look at the fruits of your labour and be proud of yourself. I think that's really important in life. So unfortunately, I'm just a bit achy. So softer, but we'll put it in the fridge for an hour. I've got some other jobs to do, so we'll see how they firm up. But they're very, very spinachy. So golf ball size, not about golf ball size, and then we'll kind of see. So and then we'll see what kind of portions we've got. I've got a little bit extra spinach, and I have got some bread, extra bread as well, but I don't really want to stretch the egg any further than needs be. So we'll see what size portions we get. But we won't cook them all in one go, we'll cook half of them, and then if we need to add a bit more bread and a bit more spinach and a bit more liquid, if we can get away with it, we might just have a go at that. So how many portions we're going to get? We might get 10, 9 or 10. We'll make 10. What you do is you just pinch a little bit off each, and then re-roll them. I suppose I could have just done 9, but I could have just weighed them, couldn't I? Just weigh the whole amount and then divide it by 10. I see now that that's bigger than I wanted. Should have just weighed them, shouldn't I? What kind of excuse can I use for not doing it properly? I've been swimming and done the pointing, and I had cocktails last night. There we go. All good excuses for not doing something the best way. Right, so 10. Put them in the fridge, put them back in there, just to set up a little bit, because although we kind of think that the bread will have completely absorbed all the liquid, it still won't have absorbed all the liquid, and it'll just do to chill down a little bit. So wash your hands in the fridge for an hour, and they'll just set up a little bit better, and then that'll just be enough time for me to change the bed. Oh, because I did wash the bed linens today as well. So anyway, so in the fridge for an hour, and then we'll give them a poach. So I have heated up this tomato sauce. I added a bit more tomato actually, just a little bit in. Oh, I need to taste it. And then we're going to slowly poach these dumplings in. So doesn't need any more salt. A little bit more salt. And we'll put some pepper in as well. And then I'll just wash this very quickly. Give that a stir. And then we'll cook 5 of these dumplings. And we'll see how they turn out. So, but I reckon about 15 minutes on a slow simmer. That's 5, yes, that's 5. So we'll see how those turn out. And if we fancy adding a bit more liquid to those. We'll see how we go. Right, they've had 15 minutes, so let's have a look. Turn that off. I do have a water spoon, which I really could have got ready before I turn the camera on, but you know, have they holden together? Holden? Held together. Yes. Yes. What do I like? Do you know, I think we can do more liquid and more. I think we can do. We've got a bit of spinach, haven't we? They're good. But what am I going to do? I'll have a think about what I'm going to do. But I think I'm going to make some. I'll have a think. I'll eat those and then we'll have a think about what I'm going to do with those other 5. Right, let's add some more liquid to these and see what happens. So, 25 grams more of buttermilk. How does that look against those? We'll see. We'll see. So, since this is half the recipe, that would actually I'd be actually adding 50 grams worth of buttermilk to the whole recipe, but we're just adding 25 grams. So, we'll see what happens. So there might be a little bit more. Well, this might work. It might work. I just don't. I think if we get to the stage where there's the egg won't bind them together, but they might want to just fall apart. But they're a lot softer, aren't they? So I suppose we could quenelle them, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So I think these will still hold together. There's always the danger that there needs to be enough egg in it to hold it all together, and so when the egg coagulates, it cooks, that's what's holding it all together. So we can, but the egg's only going to do that up to a certain amount for filling, type of thing. And if there's nothing else in there to hold it together, then it might just want to fall to bits. So quick wash your hands and then poach into that for 15 minutes and we'll see what happens. So hopefully they'll hold together, but I think if they're more liquid in, they'll be softer. Should be enough egg in there to hold that together, but we'll kind of see. But there we go. Now like that, lid on, gentle poach for 15 minutes. What we really need to do is heat them through and cook the egg, because the rest of the ingredients are cooked and can be eaten raw. So what we're really doing is heating them through and making sure the eggs are cooked, even though we can eat eggs raw in the UK because all chickens are inoculated against salmonella. But there we go. Right, let's see if, oh, they have holden together. Should be cooked on top. I'll soon find out. I might just need to turn those over for a second. Now the lid's been on, will be fine. We'll be fine. So, where's my fork? I'm not going to use a clean plate, I'm going to use a clean fork. Yeah, they still hold together. They still hold together. No, I don't want it in the sauce. Nicer. Nicer with more liquid in. So, More liquid, right? So we can alter the recipe. They're much lighter and softer, and that's kind of what we wanted. So, bread and spinach dumplings. Much nicer. So, we can use milk, we can use cream, we can use half feta, half milk and puree it up. We can use buttermilk. It was yogurt that I used. The last batch had yogurt in. We can use thick yogurt as well for any kind of variations of kind of what we've kind of got. But nicer with more liquid in. I think that's probably just about at the edge of. We could probably put a little bit more liquid in, but it just gets to that point where they're just going to fall to bits. But there we go. That's about spot on. They're lovely. What would I serve them with? I don't know. No, you just eat them like that, and you just have them as like meatballs. Be nice with some cheese mixed into it as well, which would be another kind of variation. But yeah, you could serve them with pasta. So cook some pasta, and then serve the meatballs with the pasta. Finish off the pasta with a little bit of the tomato sauce. That would be very nice. I'm sure. I might need to do it again, because obviously we're cooking them in tomato sauce, whereas in the past we poached them in liquid. So there might be a danger because the tomato sauce is thick, it's helping them stay together, whereas a liquid might have, if like a stock or a water, they might have wanted to boil to bits. But obviously that's kind of quite thick, so it's keeping them in place, kind of. But anyway, so I'll have to have another go at them. But that'd be fine. Yeah, we'll do what we call it. Yeah, we can do them again. We can freeze some of that buttermilk, and we might put some cheese in, and that hope it holds together. And then we'll cook it in some stock, and then we'll know if they don't want to boil to bits. Yes, I'll do it again. I've got some. Next time I'm baking some bread, I'll bake some. I'll use the crust. That's fine. So nice success. Certainly works this way. I'll just have to do it again just to make sure about the stock.